Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm sorry I'm late. If I had to explain why I'm late, if I had to explain why I'm late, you'd probably think I'm making shit up. Anyways, give me a second here. I had a pretty good morning, as you guys may have seen from my screensaver. I changed the screensaver before we started because of a beautiful trade I took this morning. I'll go over that in detail here in a minute. Let me get my bearings on my charts for a second here. Where's my oh yeah, I'm going to go over that in detail because that's 2 days in a row that I've taken the exact same trade, and I mean, wow. Wow. I mean, it was a kaboom, man. I'm telling you, fuck it, Jesus. 2 days in a row. And I mean, yeah. So I am going to go over that trade in detail here in a minute, in just a few minutes. Just let me get my bearings straight. I am I was on a phone call with a factory that I deal with, and I ordered a house this week. I don't know, Tuesday or Wednesday, some shit like that. And the only thing I asked for in the house is I wanted the master tub removed because I'm going to install a custom tub on site. And I know this is a boring story, but anyways, we need the market to show us what it wants to do anyway. So give us, might as well tell a story. So so I get a phone call from the factory rep to sit there and say, Bob, you signed off on the floor plan for the such and such house, and the floor plan screwed up. What do you mean it's screwed up? How can it be screwed up? I asked for the fucking tub to not be in the floor plan. That's the only thing I asked for in the whole house. I didn't ask for anything. What's screwed up? Well, they didn't put the cabinets in, and I go back and look at the floor plan. I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, how do I get a floor plan? Which, by the way, just to add insult to injury, when the engineer sent me the floor plan to sign off on, the tub was still on the damn thing. So the rep just whited it out and sent it back to me to sign. I mean, he can't even take the fucking tub out properly. But what I never looked at was the layout of the kitchen cabinets, which were not per the standard floor plan. And I'm like, how the fuck do I get a floor plan that has wrong cabinets in it when all I'm asking for is the tub to be removed? I'm just, thank God this was figured out, because the last thing I need is a house all the way out of the coast of North Carolina, and I got the wrong freaking cabinet package in the house. Just fucking, I just can't, just sometimes the stupidity that I deal with in this business is beyond frustrating. Just stupidity. Anyways, so let me get over here and look at gold for a second. Oh. All right. I got to go to the doctor this afternoon for a procedure, which I'm not excited about. It's pertaining to my issues that I've had. So I gotta get prepared for that in a while. So let's hope something sets up here. We can make a little bit of money and go about our day. So you guys want me to talk about the opening range box and what I did? Man, are you going to run all the way out of here without giving me a 1 minute gold line? Yeah. Well, the only thing that's got me, Tom, is the fact that I've done several things so far. Been through several forms of x-rays, iodine in me, all that kind of shit. And nobody knows. It's like, well, nobody knowing is not good. This is pissing me off right here. We should have broke this pivot, come back, hit a 1 minute gold line and gone up. That's what we should have done. But anyways. You might have missed a W pattern, but I mean, there's a lot of noise in here. I wouldn't have been looking for it. There's just too much noise in here. This is all kind of quagmire stuff. All right, so let me get rid of let me see here. Let me get rid of my strategy for a second, because I'm I'm done probably trading for the day. So I got jerked around in here, and then when it broke this candle to the downside, I was short, came up. I added another one that broke this candle, came down, rolled up, added another one at this candle, and then boom, to there. So let me get rid of all the noise now so I can explain exactly what was going on. This is exactly what happened yesterday, by the way. This is exactly what happened yesterday. So, where the hell did this shit come from? Oh, let me get rid of all that. What? Oh, shit. Give me a second here. I'm sorry, guys. Nice. I even have, hold on here. I didn't put my template in. Sorry. GC template. All that stuff's gone when I put my template in. Okay, see all that crap up there. So here's conceptually. I've talked about this on these opening range boxes, okay? When you're supposed to take the long, for example, in this case, when the box closes and it comes out of there immediately, okay? So I was long here and it came back down and knocked me out. And I was long again and it came back down and knocked me out. So I had two longs that I got knocked out because I expected it to, based on coming straight out of the box, it should run right on through the high like it's going to do now to the prior day open, which that is 36. That's almost $2,000 a contract, almost $2,000 a contract. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. What the hell? God dang it. What the hell? I'm sorry. Fuck. I got a little funny story. Sorry. This is Jesus. I'm sorry. Jesus. I'm going to do it again. I'll do it again. Sorry. Jesus. Stream, what's this thing called? Restream has been screwing with me lately. They've been screwing with me lately. So they loaded my screen wrong. I had it already set up like this. Restream's been screwing with me lately because I've been using their free version. Why the hell am I going to pay for it? I mean, they've been making it hard for me to even start these videos lately too. Like they've changed that me being able to schedule it. Now I have to hunt and peck and find it. I mean, they are intentionally fucking with me because they want me to do a paid version, not a free version. So let's go back to here. I'm sorry. I deleted. Well, anyways, here's the end. I deleted my strategy to show you. So when you come first out of the box, you're supposed to go with it. If price comes straight out of the box, you're supposed to go with it. And so I went with it, and that's about a $2,000 move, which it just did it there. Okay. So, and when it came back inside this candle, I got knocked out. So I was down like $600 or so. And then I entered short. When this thing rolled down, came back up, I entered another one here. It rolled down, came back up. I entered another one here. And my target was, let me blow this back up, was the mid-band right there. Turned out to be $5,050, that trade. $5,050. I think I did, when I did the exact same, now not net of the loss. Okay. Net of the loss, it's less. But the exact trade yesterday, and keep in mind, the exact same trade yesterday did exactly what this ultimately did. It ran from this side of the box all the way to the other. By the time I'm in here, I'm in 3 contracts. That's $5,050. Look at what it did after it went through the mid-band. See, I got out at the mid-band. Once it went through the mid-band, that's another $7,500, and it stopped. Look at that. It stopped at the bottom of the box and rotated back to the mid-band. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. But anyways, that's 2 days in a row that the exact, not, now yesterday, the scenario out of the top of the box was not as deliberate. It wasn't as early. So, but I was trading the inside back down to the mid-band, and I did the same thing. Once it broke through my 9 EMA and gave me a roll-up, I added another contract. It went down. So here's the deal. Why did I add a third contract? I'll show you why I added a third contract. See this? This is interesting. Okay, so see this pivot right here? That green run-up? It got broken right here and rolled back up. So I took another one right here. See, because we broke the down pivot again. And then I took another one right there and I rode it down to here. So it turned out to be $5,050. And so if you follow what I talk about, I say if we go back inside the box, your target should be from that side to this side. And it's rinse, wash, repeat. And it's not a surprise that it went from here back to the mid-band, that's this blue line, and then rotated over again. I mean, it's just crazy. All right. Let me refresh myself and we'll look at some trades, all right? All right. Sorry about that. Oh, shit, man. Are you going to go? Oh, man. Damn it. Wow. Oh, man. See that small candle? That would have been worth the risk. It's 10 points right here. That's $1,000. That's $1,000 right there. Mother. Sorry. I walked away. That was $1,000 that rotate up, sat on top of the prior day open. Boom. There's $1,000 in room between the top of that to the top of that. Good for you, Tom. Oh, it's planned to go to the bottom of the box, Bill. That's all planned. This whole monkey situation from there to there is planned. And then the fact that they brought it to the other side, the fact that it came out right out, that's planned also. That's all planned. That's all right, Papa Duke. I don't know if I'm going to push the trigger today now. I mean, I don't know that I'm going to push the trigger. I mean, I've had a very good day, you know. I've had a very good day. I've had a very good day. And I'm totally distracted after that freaking phone conversation from the factory. I'm just beside myself. I mean, I can't have an engineering department that doesn't follow what it is I'm asking for. And I have to double check everything they do. I can't do that. And that's what I told my rep when he called me to give me this fricked up news. I said, dude, I can't do that. I can't babysit the engineers who don't understand basic freaking things that I'm asking for. Yeah, I'm going to keep my money in my pocket. Exactly. Especially since all that money I made was prior to that phone call. So now I'm just kind of not, I'm kind of not with it right now. But damn, that was a beautiful rotation out through here. God dang. That was beautiful. That's exactly right, Papa Duke. That's exactly right. You're 100% correct. Now I'm going to continue to look at charts and try to figure out, things. But as a side note, I don't know if you guys listened to what I was saying about Restream, but they've been messing with me the last week. They've been messing with me for the last week. And they know that I've been doing all these. I mean, it's all computer generated. I get that. I mean, I'm not stupid, but my free version, they've been hiding tools on me that I use routinely, like scheduling the videos, having multiple screens, stuff like I'm telling you, they're intentionally manipulating the stuff because they want me to pay for the live version. Not the live version. This is their version of live anyways. I mean, they want me to pay for a paid subscription version, not the free version. I don't need the paid version. I mean, the features that are in the paid version are that I can, stream this to, say Facebook and, all the other. I don't need to do any of that. It's on YouTube. Who the hell cares? Yeah, that might be it, Alex. Matter of fact, see, we went through this pivot. We went through this by one tick, came back down. This is a setup for a 1 minute gold line. I may partake in this as long as we hold this pivot right here. See this pivot right here? before that candle closes. I want to hold this pivot right here to my left. See that one right here? And this is a smooth pullback. Did we hold it? Yeah, we're even with it. We're even with it. All right. We're even with it right there. Yeah, we're even with it, but to the tick to our left. So come on. Come on. Give me a 1 minute gold line long, please. All right, we're done. No. We broke down. All right. We broke down. All right. All right. So right now we have a situation where NQ is north of its 21, its 5 minute red line, but it's pushing down below the prior day low. ES is below its 5 minute red line. So they're not in agreement yet. And RTY and YM are having the same issue. It looks to me like we might have found a bottom. So I mean, we're getting signs here that we've found a bottom. See how we keep stacking. So maybe it's going to take a lot of energy to start rotating this long. But I think that's what we're going to have to start looking for. And again, it's after 10 o'clock. The market has a tendency to tell us what it really wants to do after it's been open for about 30 minutes. And we're open about 30 minutes, and I'm getting these vibes from looking at this and looking at what's going on with the RTY and the YM. I'm not saying it's going to be an up day, but I think we're going to be north of our red lines on all these instruments here in a minute, which is my favorite thing, because then I can start looking for, I don't even know what the paid version is. It's not much, KM. I think it's, I don't know, like $50 a month or something. But I mean, when I first found it and used it, it's like, well, it does exactly what I need for free. What the hell? It was about a week ago they started screwing with me, and like what happened today when I did go live, because I'm telling you, before I pushed the live button, my charts and everything were exactly correct. Then all of a sudden, magically, I show up and my charts aren't there anymore. Yesterday, I tried to set it up for to schedule it in advance, and it threw me out there as live at like 8 a.m. And I figured that out. I'm like, what the hell? I'm already live, meaning it didn't do it. It didn't schedule me. Instead, it just put me out there live. So they're screwing with me. All right. So we are slowly doing what I said. We are getting everybody. The last one to cross the 5 minute red line right now is the YM. So everybody now is north of the 5 minute red line. That's a good sign. So hopefully we can start getting some rotations with all these going the same direction, meaning long. Makes life easier for me if we're all trading, meaning all the equities they don't have to be long for the day, but that they're long in agreement at the time on the chart. I mean, because they're obviously down today. Or that they're all short together. I don't care which one it is. They just have to be in agreement. And again, guys, you just sit and wait. And I mean, I can't stress the patience enough. And then all of a sudden something punches you in the face that's as clear as day, and boom, Now you got your long and you're in, YM or RTY or whatever one it is. And you're, supposedly printing some money. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink this NQ over here for a second, and I'm going to bring this ES into the scenario. See, we're both kind of. So this ES might get some support down here. It has broken its pivot to its left to the long side. See that right here? That down pivot got broken right here. We might have a 1 minute gold line setting up here in the NQ that actually agrees with the prior day low too. Oh boy, wow. Let me get rid of this. All right. It's like somebody's playing jungle gym upstairs. Jesus Christ. It's a pretty big candle right there. Excuse me. Excuse me. Jesus. Oh. Go back down. And then go back up. The ES is trying to go up. You can see that right here. It's trying to rotate. It broke, see out, because it broke that pivot, came back out on its 1 minute gold line right here. So it's trying to go long. All right, I'm going to give me a second. Beautiful day, and the freaking cat's beating on the door to come inside. Seriously? Beautiful day out. What are you doing? Man, everything's gotten quiet. I don't want to hear that. I went into town yesterday, American Patriot, and there was a gas station across the street from a BP, and its gas was 30 cents more expensive than the BP's. I said, shit, they haven't changed their prices yet. I drove my Jeep into the BP and filled my tank up. My Jeep likes to drink gas. It likes to drink gas. You're going to roll up, aren't you? You are. See, this thing is rolling up, but it's just taking its sweet ass time. Need more energy. Well, I freaking banged the hell out of gold this morning, so I'm not being too anxious to trade myself. Wow, look at that. 1 minute gold line, 5 minute gold line, 5 minute red line. Yeah, oil was respecting the lines, wasn't it? Oh, it's up at $88 a barrel. Mother fricker. Holy shit. Wow. God dang it. Some nice red lines here in oil. Look at that. Wow. Some nice red lines in oil. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Yeah, some really nice setups in oil. Holy cow. Seriously. Some beautiful setups in oil. Fuck. Well, you took that red line? Good job, American Patriot. Yeah, that was a nice bounce. Oh yeah. Well, if you listened to me yesterday, Gene, I said don't let a crisis go to waste. And who benefits the most by oil futures doubling? And who has the money to make oil futures double? Let's see here. All the Arab Emirates, Exxon, Sunoco. Because as they would be spending to drive it up, they're pulling out a couple 100,000 barrels a day at the new ka-ching price. It's like free money. I think Exxon is 200,000 barrels a day. Something ridiculous like that. So you take 200,000 barrels and you double the price, say raise it by $40. Do the math. So who benefits from oil going up? When there's a report out there somewhere, I'm not sure the exact number, okay? But I've seen it that says that the Saudis are going negative cash flow if oil's below $60 a barrel. They're negative cash flowing, not the cost for them to pull it out of the ground, because their cost to pull it out of the ground is like $11 a barrel. But what they do with the money that they make with their society of people that, import everybody to work because nobody in Saudi Arabia who's a Saudi works, is the other 40 some dollars a barrel to run the damn country. Well, Gene, let me explain something to you that you may not understand. If you own your own Federal Reserve and you're not, and it's not affiliated with with our Federal Reserve, you somehow get invaded by our country. Go back and research that. You somehow end up becoming the enemy of the world and get invaded by our country. Let that sink in slowly before you respond. God, this is pissing me off. This is way too slow. We need some Or if you try to not trade in dollars, exactly, you magically get invaded. You magically, somehow, you're now the devil to the world. Not, and they never tell you it's because of that. It's some other concoction of bullshit. You got weapons of mass destruction. Oh, let's talk. Look at Libya. Why do you think Muammar Gaddafi doesn't exist anymore? Do your research. Why does Muammar Gaddafi not exist anymore? This conversation right here is exactly why. Come on. What I would like NQ to do is where's my, there it is. My mouse is kind of screwing up here. I might have to change the battery. But I want this give me something firm back to here and then let us rotate. I want something firm. I want something with candles with volume that move. Good morning, Wayne. Well, so Alex, let me show you something, okay? Let me just show you one little thing, a little tidbit, all right? I'm very selective even on taking longs until this, which is very firm down, starts agreeing with the direction, because it's very hard. Let me just do a little conversational speech right now. It's very hard for price to run away from this moving average. It's very hard for it to do that, and without a news event or something like that. So it will find its way back and look for support here and then start rotating. I prefer trades not only on the right side of the 5-minute red line, but also in the direction of the slope of the 5-minute red line. Now, I was willing to take this here if there was more energy to it. I mean, the trade worked, but god dang, it's like freaking peeling onions. So over here on the NQ, so let's just kind of pull this around. So come over here on the NQ. You can see this one's starting to come up more. But there's a finite amount of space that can be between, not infinite. There's a finite amount of space that this can be away from this, meaning that red line at the same time. It gravitates. You know how you guys are like, man, you don't have any oscillators on your chart and shit like that. I don't need to. If I have a huge gap and I'm used to my instrument, whatever that instrument may be, NQ, gold, whatever. If I have a huge gap between here and here, we're oversold. I don't need an oscillator to tell me that. I just need to look at the chart. All right, so everybody's rotating towards their prior day low. That's nice. Look at that NQ go. God dang. This was so sloppy right here. Good job, Wayne. Well, the NQ has a little bit of a problem, Alex, compared to the other two. It found its way on top of the prior day low. And this is like major support. So I don't know that it's going to go below that low as much as I think this head of the red line is going to end up going back through that prior day low, because this is very major support, just like it's major resistance. Look at it right here. Here was the support. See how it came up here? And then here's the resistance. See how it did that? I mean, that line right there, prior day low, is major support / resistance, depending on the side of the market you came from. So if this thing rolls down, I don't think it's going to give up that line. This has to just kind of keep finding its way up. That's all. That's what I'm saying. I don't think this is going to roll back to the red line below that line. But we need it to start doing something, because these candles here are ugly. Anybody that would be, anybody in an NQ trade and the candles look like that, man, that's scary as shit. To me, it's scary. Maybe not you, but it is to me. I like candles that move in straight lines, not indecisive candles. And how do you get candles that are in straight lines? You don't look for soft rollovers. That's a soft rollover. This is really just buying in an area. Instead, I want deliberate. So that the rebound is deliberate. Does that make sense? But I mean, this is showing signs of some Friday trading here. This is pretty non-eventful. All right, here's an example. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. And I was even showing it, but so see how gold came up, created a new high, and then deliberately went to the prior day open, and then there's your trade. So that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping the NQ will do, is give us a deliberate rotation to the prior day low. Excuse me. Jesus. I mean, some people, like for example, so let's go back to this NQ. Once price settled on top of here, I mean, yeah, then the support is to buy it, not to sell it. And some people can handle, buying, like let's talk about, you guys all heard the guy ICT. Now ICT says buy here, sell there. that kind of stuff in zones. Like he's trading zones. Some people can handle doing. I can't. I can't. I don't. I don't want to be in a trade that's going up and down and up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And I want a trade that actually has a purpose. We're going here, we're stealing the money, and then we're going here and stealing the money again. That's my whole trading strategy. Find where they're stealing the money in one direction, what's the support level, and then follow them to steal the money back in the other direction. But I mean, once we got through this pivot here, which was our down pivot, once we got through it and sat on this line, yeah, most likely they're going long. And the irony is that scenario that I'm talking about there is exactly how that opening range box works. I mean, there is no deliberate pull this way, deliberate pull that way. You really just kind of have to go, okay, I'm inside the box from the top. I need to be short to the bottom. So it's a different philosophy for me than I'm used to, which is part of the why, I quasi struggle with it. But I mean, so like in this case, I'm in from 38 to 54. So I'm in, 16 minutes. That's a long time for me to stomach a trade that isn't being deliberate, because look at all the noise in here. It's not deliberate. It doesn't get deliberate till the end. But it's building energy to the direction that it's trying to go. It's just very, very hard for me to handle that. But I mean, I'm working on it. Now, these are all my mental issues that I deal with in trading. So, so like with the NQ, if it would have done this rotation back to here and then run up, which I still think it's probably going to do at some time, because it has not truly tested the top of the prior day low. But if it does that, the intent will be for me to be in it, and then 4 minutes later, I'm up at least $1,000. And then, and if you make $1,000 in a trade, you shut the damn thing down and you call it a day. Okay. Whereas here, you're just kind of guessing. Well, we're on top of support, because there wasn't anything deliberate acting here. And by the way, summer trading, so like if you're trading in the summertime, this is kind of the shit you got to kind of get yourself into, because things do move much slower. And so you have to be kind of, We're not summer trading right now, okay? This is March 6th. So this shit needs to move from here to here and back up to here. That's what it needs to do. It needs to quit filly-fouling around. Yeah, I need to wait for the sharks to enter the tank. Not just your average Joe. This is your average Joe. This were sharks. You can see where the sharks show up and where they don't. Shit, that's a good question there. God dang. See, thank you, Jim. The Jim. There's Jim telling us the rotation point. Very good. I had the damn thing behind my freaking chart. I usually have the ES sitting up here to my left. That is exactly what happened. Look at that. Look at the rotation. Did anybody take that trade? Yeah, summer trading is a different animal, and you really just got to kind of buy in a zone and then sell in a zone. And I mean, it is if you're going to trade it. I have a tendency to not trade much at all in the summer. You know, Jim and I had a conversation a couple days ago, Jim from California, and he and I were talking about, you know, we got to make our money February, March, April, because things are going to slow down mid-May, June and July and August. It's going to be slow. And then we'll go back to making money again September, October, and then slows down again after the first couple weeks in November, because his mentality now is the same as mine. He's looking for those specific rotations, those deliberateness, and they have a tendency to go away when the market loses volatility. Yeah, yeah. You certainly got to trade early in the summer too. Yeah. Look at that beautiful. Look at that beautiful ES trade. Did anybody? I asked. Did anybody take that? I mean, look at that. I mean, that's it. Bing, bing, bing. No, you're good, Jim. You're good. You're good. California Jim's probably made too much money. He doesn't. I don't think he's here today. He'd be very proud of me. By the way, he'd be very proud of me of how I handled that gold trade today. He would. He would. He would. He'd be very proud of me. I'll have to send him my screenshot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The funny part, Fish Atlantic, is my housing business is slow in the summer also. You know, I'm building houses that I've contracted throughout the spring, but new customers and stuff, which is what I predominantly focus on, they're not. So it's like I don't have the pressures of houses, and I also don't have trading because I mean all I trading is very difficult. So so I have a tendency to go to the beach. I probably have, Bill, because I had a really good Thursday. I ended up I hold on here. Yesterday, 49.05 yesterday. 49.05 yesterday. God, that ES trade was beautiful. Apparently, nobody took it. I'm surprised. Man, that ES trade was beautiful. Was that the first time too? Yeah, that was the first. Oh my God, man, Jesus Christ. It was the first test too. That's the one, the first one. And it's deliberate right to it. Then it rolled right over. And what it's seeking now is, this red line to start joining the party. You did, Thomas? Okay, good, good. I'm glad somebody did. You okay, good. Man, I mean that it was hidden behind my freaking screen. I usually have it up on the left. I dragged it down to look at these two at the same time. It's my fault. If I'd have had it over here, I would have seen it because it would have been punching me in the face. But that is a classic setup. First touch, deliberate run to it. And because this is part of looking at both charts too, because this hit here, this gave up the ghost. As a matter of fact, all four of these gave up the ghost at the same time because ES rotated. You're in, Stuart? Good job. The Jim called ES? All right. Okay, good. Yeah, what a beautiful setup. And see, one of the other things, and again, let's continue the conversation. One of the other things that makes it a good trade is what I said before. The space between here and here is very excessive. I don't need an oscillator. I can see that. So it's exhausted. The ES is exhausted when it got to that point because there's so much space between the red line and price. I mean, I'm not trying to have you look at 50 freaking things at the same time, but I'm just kind of pointing some situations out. I mentioned that it's hard to go long when the head is sloping down, and also when you're running away from basically equilibrium, which is this red line. Yeah, but I think they're still going down, Charles, because I think we got to go to this prior day low. We have not tested the top of the prior day low yet in the NQ. What I would like is it to get here when this gets to here. But I don't know that that's going to happen because this seems to be ahead. Now, this has broken the up pivot right here, but this one has not. All right, there we go. Now it's broken. It's down. It's up pivot. See this up pivot right here? That was the up pivot. We broke it on both of these. The only problem with this being our rotation spot is this is lagging our support by the time we get here. So maybe this is going to run all the way to the red line also. The moving average red line, not the static line. We'll see. I would like to see this get hung up here while this seeks that red line. That's what I would like to see. I would like this to get hung up. Just get hung up there. Hang out, create an inside candle, do whatever, and you get down to here, and then we'll rotate. 5-minute gold line. What 5-minute gold line? Oh, do I exit at that? If you're taking the trade off the prior day low, absolutely not. I'm going through it. Because remember, order of operations. This line is more powerful than that line. This line is more powerful than that line. Okay, so now we've done what I was kind of hoping for. We have reached this support, and this still hasn't, this Let me blow this up. It's kind of giving up that line. I really wanted it to hold that line. Damn it. All right, it's still going down. Hold on. Damn it. Man, that ES was beautiful. Look at that. God dang. That was beautiful. That really was beautiful. That really was beautiful. That ES was just wow. Lou Holtz. Yeah. Now you're going to get me all flustered. Now you're going to get me all flustered. Shit. That distracted me there. That distracted me there. That Lou Holtz comment distracted me. I would definitely have been in that trade right there. So I got Lou Holtz pictures. I got one right there. I know I've got another one. Oh, yeah, I got another one in my office. In my other office. I have two offices in my house. Yeah, I got Lou Holtz pictures everywhere. And then so I, out on Facebook a couple days ago, I wrote, I'm gonna read what I wrote here. I said he was our coach when I was fortunate enough to attend the University of Notre Dame. His office was across the parking lot from my kitchen window. His car was always in his parking spot, when I woke up every morning. He loved Notre Dame and we loved him. He passed away yesterday, and I know he's in a better place today. We are ND. And then I put a quote that he had. It says, "I can't believe that God put us on this earth to be ordinary." Well, there goes my trading for the day. There goes my trading for the day. Now I'm freaking crying. Anyways, this was your trade for any of you that took it. And there's 10 points right there. So you had a beautiful rejection of the prior day low, and you got at least 10 points right there. And so let me point something out while we're looking at this, okay? And those of you that are in it, man, keep on going, man. But this is what I'm talking about. So the difference between what was going on, wrong chart. The difference between what was going on here and what was going on here is why this reaction is like that and this reaction is like this. Yeah, I remember at NC State, yeah. And I mean, guys, if I teach you anything, it's how to be patient to wait for either that or that so that your price action is deliberate in response and not a quagmire like this. I'm done, David. I made a lot of money today. I'm good. You got 20 points off that, lunatic? You are the man. You are the man. You are the man. I mean, and you know, guys, I could sit on here and tell you, oh, try that, try this, try that. No, I want you to know why we did what we're doing. I didn't have to read Lou Holtz right before this pattern set up because that just fucked me up there, but it's okay. You know, I went to school with with Dick Vitale's daughter. She went to Notre Dame with me. And so I've been fortunate enough to be around Dick Vitale and Lou Holtz together because Lou Holtz was my coach, our football coach when I was at Notre Dame. And I mean, you know, say what you want about sports, but those two are probably the, two of the top people in their profession for what they do for people. Dick Vitale is still alive today. He lives in Florida. I know he's saddened by Lou Holtz being gone. That's exactly right, Fish Atlantic. And I know that's why sometimes on this live stream it may seem boring, but it's because I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that. I don't give a flying hump that. Well, I've said before, if price and the moving average come together, or price and the static line come together, that's not a trade. Price has to seek. If I can get something deliberate into anybody's head right now, price has to seek that moving average. Price has to seek that static line. And if it seeks it, then you should capitalize off of it. And look at this. We got both at the same time. We have a static line and a 5-minute red line. I mean, and they both did the same thing. Yeah, and sometimes it may seem boring. Good job. Good job, Mace. Yeah. So I think I'm going to just call it a day so I can get some work done. I've got to go to the doctor this afternoon and get a procedure done. Oh yeah, I've said it before, Thomas. If I had to pick just one instrument for me to trade and live off of the rest of my life, it would be the ES. I know that sounds freaking, you never would have got me to say that 10 years ago. Excellent, Alex. Excellent. Good job, Jim Park. Yeah, stressless. If you wait for that deliberate moves, it makes stressless trading. This crap right here, you think it's going to go long, but there's a reason it's so bogged down here, because it wasn't deliberate. That is deliberate. Anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. Everybody have a nice weekend. And like the video when you leave if you want, if you mind, don't mind. I mean, I didn't take this trade, but I mean, there it is. Beautiful trade. God dang, that's Jesus. If it goes back to the prior day high, that's a 30-pointer in ES. Holy shit. God dang. Thank you, Bizu. I will talk to you guys later. All right. This was a good lesson right here. Everybody have a good day. Bye.